days I do a live the last month or so. Not every Sunday, but almost. So we're live again, and the first, as always, I want you to please comment if you can hear me and let me know where you are from. I've had some troubles with the sound before, so please let me know in the comments. Today we will talk a little bit about creativity. I will just check quickly that we are actually live on Facebook and YouTube and so on, and VK. Yes, it seems to be that we are live. I'm gonna check on and cross post quickly. I'll mute it and to be yes that we are live. Okay. Sorry, it always takes a little bit time to cross post, and I have several different accounts to do this on, so bear with me. Please comment, like I said, and let me know where you're from and if you can hear me. This is my normal procedure. It always makes me nervous because it's a lot of you have to find the right link so you don't post something weird, something to your streaming software or whatever. Okay, I think I have cross-posted to my different pages now, and we are live everywhere. I can see YouTube as well. Yes, okay, so I'll close it down and go back to my software. So Massimo, hello, nice to hear you are here, and yes, good. Please let me know, other people, where you're from and if you can hear me well. So we will start to talk about creativity when it comes to dance, because it's really, really important. I think just like any art form, dance is an art form, and if you don't have creativity in art, it's not really art anymore. So first of all, creativity is very important when you dance, in the actual moment when you dance, because you're improvising all the time, at least if you're really dancing and not just doing sequence after sequence. So it's really, really important when you dance in that specific moment. And I think it's also really, really important no dance has existed forever. All dances came from somewhere, and usually a dance that existed before that started changing a little bit. So someone or some people started playing around more with the steps, the moves in that dance. The music changed, and the dance changed with the music. So new music and music that changes can promote and guide a dance to change in a certain direction. And also, of course, the dance, when the dance changes a little bit, the music adapts to the dance. And in between these two are all the dancers that are interpreting the music and changing their dance to fit better with the music. So these three work together all the time, like in symbiosis. No dance existed forever, and no dance will forever stay the same. So it's really, really important that we have creativity and not only are improvising when we dance, but also invent new steps and new moves, which eventually maybe will lead to a totally new dance. All dances keep changing a little bit all the time. People have their own styles and so on, and then once something changes a little bit more, it morphs into a new dance, and then this dance is given a name. So creativity is super important for dance in the moment and for dance to develop. And there are some different places you can find inspiration if you want to be creative. First of all, take a lot of classes with different teachers. Then you will have different input to create your own dance. You can try different dance styles. Of course, if you start mixing a little bit with different dance styles, then you like add an element from another dance, then you start developing your main dance. If you try to learn in different ways, like how can you learn in a different way when you learn? Watch videos on YouTube can help you to be creative. If the more input you have, you need input in your brain, no matter what it is in life. You need to have input, and then your brain starts working with this input. The more interesting, creative input you get, the more creative you can be as well. And also watch other people on the dance floor. I think this can be super interesting. It's not always that I get the chance to really relax and watch other people, but I think I really enjoy it, especially if you have someone who is creative and plays with the music in interesting ways, or is making interesting moves that I haven't seen before. Then my mind starts, it's like I give my mind a really good meal to start working on. It's like you give a lot of nice input, and then you can be more creative. And what can you do? What else can you do when you want to be creative? There are some different helps that you can, like, I don't know what to call it, shortcuts or questions you can ask yourself to be more creative. So in any position, for example, when you dance, any position, if you do it on the right side, can you do it on the left side maybe? If you do it with the right foot, can you do it with the left foot? And so on. So you can play with these kind of opposites. You can try to challenge different assumptions. Do you have to do a move in a certain way? What can you play around with? You can add things. What is not there that you could add to make it more interesting? Maybe some styling, maybe add something extra, an extra step or whatever. Can you change or modify things? Add a different flavor. Can you take the step in a different direction? Can you make a tap instead of a step so that you don't transfer the weight, for example, and then you can continue from there with a totally different step. You enter in an unsynchronized position with your partner. Can you substitute? Can you take something away and put something else in there, in between? Can you maximize or minimize? Can you make something big or make something really small? So you can play around with this. You can play around with dividing steps. Can you, like, you have a step and you divide it in smaller parts, for example. When you do this, you can start playing around a little bit more with the music. You can play with other elements in the music when you make things smaller and shorter. Can you simplify? Can you make something simpler, more basic in a way? Can you rearrange things? So you do them in a different order. So you start from the finish and you go backwards, or you start with the finish and then somehow work yourself to the beginning. So you learn how to combine things and rearrange things that you do already. This way you, of course, will get more material, more different things that you can do. Can you make a different kind of combination that you usually don't do? You combine two steps that you usually don't combine. And can you repeat things? So you do them over and over, or go back and forward, for example. So you do different kind of repetitions. Okay, so these are some different ideas. Okay, I see things have been happening in the comment field. Like I usually do. I'm gonna go through the comments now, but feel free to ask me questions as always. Roberto Dotto, hello to Venice. Massimo, I already said hello. Dot Cooper, where are you from? Nicola, I can hear you very well. Good. Nicole. Nicola Bagot. Okay. From Canada, nice to hear you. Where in Canada are you from? And this is Ivan Ivanov. I can read some Cyrillic letters. Hello, Ivan. Yes, I love... Okay, I will do it like this. And yes, I love watching others on the dance floor as well. I think it's very, very inspiring sometimes. Not all the time, but I really love dancing, of course. But watching others on the dance floor is also really, really nice. Isela Moran, hello to Peru. Hola, ¿qué tal? And Lina, nice to have you back, south of Sweden. Okay, hello Jessica from Colombia. It was a long time ago I was there. I hope to be back someday. Espero volver a Colombia algún día, en Cali, Medellín, Bogotá, todas las ciudades. Vilma de Jesús, hola. Oi, or maybe this is Portuguese. Tudo bem? United Kingdom, Dot Cooper, okay. Toronto, live in Whitehorse. Nice to meet you. I've been in Toronto, not in Whitehorse. Okay, so I will open up as always. It's been a short session so far, 11 minutes, but feel free to ask me questions. If there are any questions about anything, creativity or anything regarding dance in general and Kizomba Fusion in particular. So while you think about your questions, if you have any this day, I will go into my normal. I just mentioned my book and the link here. I'm very bad at this. Here, my book about musicality. You can get it on Amazon, genie.us/musicality, and I think you might have to write HTTPS and so on in before. But hola, Isabel. Okay. Yo espero venir a Perú pronto también, cuando todo eso de corona pasó ya. I heard it's, oh my God. So, Claudia from Germany, nice to have you here. Okay, and as always, I have my Kizomba classes. I have recently totally changed the whole site. So all the courses are in a new platform and all the students have been transferred. If you are a student and haven't or think that you haven't been transferred, please check your email. Okay, so I am going to be very, very quick today. If there are no questions, then I go on and record some other secret sessions coming up. Claudia, is the book in German as well? No, it is not. I'm sorry. It's only in English, but I think you can speak English. It seems so. So I'm sure you will enjoy it. Yes, here it is, by the way. This is what it looks like, as you can see. Yes, like that. Okay, so thank you, Amalia. I'm happy that you like my contribution. I try to do my best and try to be a good dancer and a good teacher. It's really difficult times for teachers because all of a sudden there are no events. It's like we lost our jobs in a way. I try to do other things now to contribute to the scene in a different way, and I hope that all this with COVID-19 corona is soon past. Okay, let's see. Here from Lina. How do you practice during these times, and what would you suggest to do to improve as a couple dancer while on your own? Good question. To be honest, I mean, in countries where you cannot go out to social dance, it's very difficult. You will not be able to practice dance in the same way. You can practice only with your partner. In my opinion, dancing or learning partner work, improving partner work, if you try to dance alone, it's the only thing you can do is practice on muscle memory. So a lead, for example, can practice exactly show the lead, but you will not be able to practice 100%. You can only practice, I mean, dance is a communication. You can practice your part as lead, and the problem is that as a lead, you don't only need to send the signal, you need to interpret all the time what the follower is responding. So you need to feel, how is she responding to my lead? So in a way, it's like I'm in a conversation, but I have no hearing. I cannot interpret what the one I'm talking to is saying as a response. So you can practice on the talking in dance, the leading, but you cannot practice on the listening. And as a follower, of course, it's difficult. It's difficult to practice following because you have no lead to interpret. And yeah, so it's a bit complicated. But of course, you can practice in couples always. I hope that dancing starts again in many countries. Here in Sweden, we can dance, but in limited numbers. Okay, let's see here. Can you tell please about leading follower on the line and use the directions in dance? Ivan, I'm not 100% sure of your question, but on the line, for me, when you dance, you always walk on a line, or rather step outside an imagined line, because that's how we normally walk. We don't walk with our feet separate like this. So try to always walk on a line, both lead and follow, because that is when you keep your own balance most. You don't rely on your partner, and everything becomes easier. I don't know exactly if that's what you wanted to know about, but please, Ivan, if it didn't make sense, please write again and clarify your question. Arnaud, let's see here. First, thanks for all your work. I'm from Corsica, France. Nice to have you here. I have with my partner hard worked on your videos. Do you think personal sessions are possible with the actual global problem? Personal sessions are possible, yes. Like private classes online are possible. Right now I'm not traveling at all for teaching because all the events are cancelled. All the events this year, I started to get a few cancellations for next year also. So it's difficult times. But I can sell private classes online, which are done on Zoom or Skype, so a video. Let's see here. Andrei Konishescu. Should a male dancer do leg kick embellishment, ganchos, to the lady, involving a small bump with the man's heel? Okay, so this seems to be like the things that you do in a playful way in samba. It's not the classical like tango ganchos. Should you do it? To me, in kizomba, this is not a thing. In samba, yes, it is done traditionally in samba, so you can do it for sure if you want. It is something that is playful. It's not really a trick. It's playing around a little bit. So yes, you can do it, but I think in samba more than anything else. If you do the classical ganchos, yes, it's part of tango, but okay. Okay, let's see. I find it hard to be creative, especially dancing leading with someone I don't know. Also, I think key for me is just to relax and not stress. Any ideas? Okay. It's always more difficult to dance with someone you don't know, because you're getting to know this person on the dance floor. So it can be a little bit tricky, of course. It's just like when you have a new move that you try to do, you cannot be as creative. You cannot pay as much attention to the music because you're focusing on doing that move. It's the same when you dance with a new partner. it's like you start slow, and then you need to get to know this person, how much you can do, like what level can you dance on. So in the beginning it can be difficult to be creative and be totally relaxed, and I would suggest, like, dancing with beginners, you cannot be super creative. You have to find their level to dance on, and then you will probably not invent a lot of new moves or do spectacular things that you've never done before if you're focusing on leading a beginner, for example. So it can be more difficult when you are occupied in your mind with something else. So try to relax and don't stress. There are you have different goals with dancing. Some are just wants to relax and experience a moment of it's like traveling in your mind. You get a vacation. You don't think about anything else. You're just relaxed. Other people love the creativity part and want to be creative. Let's see. What are your impressions about? Let's see. What are your impressions about the role changes while dancing kizomba? Follower interpreting some musicality when there is space for that. For me, it's perfectly fine. I mean, the lead is the lead. In terms of what you do on the dance floor and how you interpret the music, the lead is the one that is responsible in a way. But it is possible to also lead and leave some space for the follow to express herself a little bit more, to play with the music a little bit. It depends how much, like if the lead is constantly doing moves all the time, then it will be more difficult to get any of that kind of space to express yourself. But if there is some space, some time and space to express yourself, you are free to do so, as long as you don't change the weight from one foot to the other on your own. Because the lead might have a plan, he wants to do something, so then if you change the weight, then he cannot do it, and then you start creating problems instead. So as long as you don't change the weight where you have the weight of your body, then it's okay to add your own little interpretation, in my opinion. Hola, a Mexico. Okay, Veronica Bonilla Romero. Let's see if I have any more questions. No, I don't think so. Okay, if you have any questions, feel free. Thank you, Amalia. Good. If you have any more questions, feel free to let me know very fast. Otherwise, I will finish this for today. We're already running for more than 20 minutes. So feel free to add a last question if you want. Otherwise, within 20 seconds, we finish. You can write in the comments no matter what. How is your day? What are you doing that is very different now than before COVID-19 Corona? Okay, 2 questions, 2 last. Ideas how to respond to a follower that have a hard time to follow. If you ever dance with women that don't like to be led, I guess is supposed to be. To me, you need to, if it's really difficult to lead someone, make it very simple. Lower the level, or rather, never go up, never raise the level. Just if you dance with someone you didn't dance with before, you start slowly. You try just some basics, and then maybe a slow, and then maybe a syncopation, and you try to build the level. As soon as you meet resistance, as soon as something is not working, it's like then you know the level you can be on or just below to make it enjoyable. And if nothing works, then just focus on basic steps and focus on connection and playing with the music. So don't do anything complicated. Lina Ndeke, how has the response about the book been? So far it has been really good. It was an Amazon bestseller in its category. It's a small category, but still. But I sell maybe 1 book per day or something. So it's moving slowly, but of course I hope to sell more. Thank you for the question. Okay, es difícil aprender a bailar. Me encantaría aprender kizomba. Yes, it's difficult to dance kizomba, but it's definitely worth it. So if you have a chance, try to find some classes. If you don't find classes locally, you have the classes here. Yes, so that's it for now. I just checked if the last comment was a question or not, but it wasn't. So, okay, so thank you very much for this little live session. Now I will continue recording some other things that will soon come up on my YouTube channel. If you don't do it yet, feel free to click like on the video, click subscribe if you're on YouTube, and follow if you're on Facebook, and so on. And you can hit the little bell icon on YouTube as well to get notifications when new videos come up. That's it for today. Have a nice Sunday. Take care. Bye bye.